The second thing that I wanted to talk about, or the thing I wanted to talk about in this video is once you start, once you start the business, once you start something online, once you start something in person, once you start a job, once you start going to the gym, once you start training combat sports, once you start anything, cooking even, is that what makes someone something? Like what makes a person a fighter? Okay, you can argue that someone that competed is a fighter, but let's start at the basic thing. Like a fighter is someone who trains regularly. A fit guy is someone who regularly goes, eats clean, and goes and trains regularly. And once again, this channel is made to share my experiences with starting like a business and my experience. No, not my experience. My experience starting a business, and also um, trying to improve my skill of English, trying to improve my skill of speaking, which I um, think is one of the highest ROI skills that you can have as a person in your life. Yeah, and the thing that I talked is like once you start something, you need to be regular at doing that, and that's the hardest thing. Some people maybe have it easier, and some people um, maybe think that's like easy for them, but for me it's never been easy, and it's not even easy now. But that's the difference between having something successful and not having something successful. And I'm going to turn my AC on because I get hot. um because in my opinion, I heard consistency is key when I was younger. Like I didn't know what it was. Okay, this is like again from the first video, like a joke I made from that video of a guy turning college down, which I find really funny because it is funny, but also I find it funny because I didn't also go to a college. So it's like something that I reference when people ask me why I didn't go, because I turned it down. They offered me like 5, 10 million, 15 million or some shit like that. I was so young, like I didn't know what it was. Okay, sorry. I heard consistency is key, but I didn't really know what that means, because you don't have the feedback. Of course, some people learn it in high school or even in elementary school, which I am envious of because you have that feedback of the grades. But in my experience, sometimes I didn't even study and I would pass the exam. Sometimes I would study a little bit day before and I would pass the exam, and that was enough for me. So the feedback was like, oh, you don't have to be consistent. But some people have it like are disciplined from their parents. You need to study regularly and you will have good grades. And of course, it's like something that I look back at. It's like totally legit. Mm, because if you studied every day, even for like 1 hour or for 45 minutes or half an hour, that adds up and is more than you if you study day before. Like day before, how much can you study? If it's like a school day, you can study for 4 or 5 hours if you are efficient. And studying for 4 or 5 hours is like not really 4 or 5 hours, but of studying. It's like 3 hours maybe. And the thing is, if you study, if you start studying 2 weeks before and you do 14 14 days, just 1 hour, you are going to have 14 hours of studying versus like 3 or 4 hours, which is like almost 4 times more studying. And that's like math, pure mathematics. Is like almost certainly you will pass better than the guy who studied for 4 hours. And that's like something that I didn't learn in school, but I did learn later in business, in entrepreneurship, where I saw that if you're online every day and you're responding quickly to messages from people, you will be online a lot, but you will have a lot of opportunities. And for example, I could respond from my phone. At first, I just responded from my PC, and it was like, oh, I'm somewhere. When I come home, I will check. And then you see 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, you have requests. And then you realize that if you don't respond in like 10 minutes or 20, 30 minutes, a lot of people find someone else because the other people respond faster. If you're online a lot, and if you are capable of responding from your phone, or even if you are home all day and you are working from PC all day, the thing is you will have way more revenue, way more customers, way more clients. And that's the thing of consistency. Each day you are here, each day you are not missing the stuff you each day you're not missing the stuff that you can make money from. The people messaging you, the questions they have, the anything. I mean, even just like promoting a stuff you are selling or anything. If I make this video for like 100 days, not the same video, but like every day, new topic for 100 days, okay, I won't probably make anything, but I will have some videos that have like 1,000 views, and that 1,000 views can translate into 1, 2, 3 clients that pay me, I don't know, 1,000 euro, 500 euro, 200. It's not even important because I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this like to practice my English and maybe inspire some people to start a business, or I don't know. I'm not really planning on anything, but the thing is, like I got lost in my thoughts. Yeah, versus a guy like me doing this 100 days versus a guy who does this once per week, but has a camera, has lighting, has editors, has okay, that's like important. I have cameras, I have lighting, I could make this video look 10 times better, but I don't want to because I think consistency is better than perfection, which is like cliche, and I hate those, but it's true, it's popular for a reason. And that's also one thing that I want to do with this channel. I want to prove to myself that consistency in any realm is like key to success. Of course, like if someone came here and thought and said, okay, this is my house worth 15 million, 10 million or some shit like that, it's I'm not talking about this, but I'm talking about someone else, that is way more valuable than any consistency. But in social media, even that guy can lose to me in my normal apartment because I post every day, because I will post every day. And of course, this is my second video, and yeah, it's good to talk about something, but it's better when you have something to some proof or some shit like that. And of course, I am not consistent in everything, and it depends on environment. It depends on a lot of things, because when you work from home, you never have to work if you don't want to, and that's the problem. Because if you have a job, you are at that job. Because if you are not at that job, you will be fired. So I'm not talking about consistency, that anything is any consistency is easy. No, but I think like the harder the consistency, the bigger the payout. Because, for example, being consistent in drinking alcohol is like the payout is not good. Being consistent in eating the right foods is very hard. For some people, it's easier than others. For me, it's hard, but the payout is amazing. And for me, if it's harder than, for example, my friend, I will have more feeling of reward than my friend, and that's completely true. And anything you want to do, any goal you have, any like we all have. If you are over the age of 15, 14, 15, it keeps getting lower in terms of teenagers who want to start making money online and being entrepreneurs. But anyways, if you are older than that, you thought about money, and consistency in making money is like consistency in showing up to making money. And that's like pretty much all that I wanted to say. And that's I learned, to be honest, I learned it from the business, but I also learned it from a person in my life, which I'm not sure if the person is naturally consistent, which I still don't know, but the consistency was easy for that person, and you could see it in the life that the person led, and that inspired me, and I always try to be consistent. And of course, consistency is not just okay, be consistent. That doesn't mean shit. And the people like Hermosi are the reason. The people are like Hermosi are the reason they are popular, in my opinion, is because they don't say, oh, be consistent. They say like consistency is doing the same thing every day. Consistency is logging everything you do every day. Consistency is logging how many videos you posted, how many repetitions in the gym you did, how many workouts you did this week versus last week. So of course there are strategies, systems, stuff like that that you should do and you must do, but the core is the belief that the fact that consistency is truly the key to doing anything good. And I saw this in my business, in school, which I talked about, and I also did this in hobbies. And in hobbies, I had like a bad influence because I had a person who did photography and I did photography, and the person edited those photos for days. One photo he would edit in days, and the photo would look amazing. And after 2-3 years of me hanging out with him, he had 800 followers. 800 followers. And the followers were targeted. They were owners of cars and everything. And of course, it's valuable to have 800 real followers with cars. You can take photos and charge people and everything. But then I later realized that that doesn't mean anything. I mean, it does mean that what I said, you can message like of 800 people, maybe 20 car owners, but it can't be better than having 100,000 followers. It can't. And the reason he didn't have 100,000 followers is because he never posted a lot. He was never consistent. He never messaged people and said, okay, let's do a photo shoot this week, next week after this, like making consistent photo shoots, making consistent DMs and stuff like that, which I understand. Hobbies are different than like a business. But the thing is, he didn't do anything else besides photography. So the logic step would be to make money from that. And then came one guy in the same hobby, and he would post like videos like this, basically not him talking, but him recording a car and having 2-3 cuts. But he would post 3 videos per day, and he still does, like 5-6 years later, and he has 400,000 YouTube subscribers, and that's crazy. I mean, people that I talked about that weren't consistent are now jealous of him. I mean, not jealous, but you can see in the jokes. Oh, you have this car. Oh, you own this car. You bought an apartment from this. Yeah, of course. He did for 6 years, like 2-3 videos per day. That's crazy. That's really really crazy, and that's the level of consistency that you need to do something, to make money from something. Of course, there are people who make less videos. There are people who have million subscribers with 100 videos. But the consistency is the same. Like 100 videos is 100 videos. And those 100 videos to get 1 million subscribers are basically like 1,000 videos or more, 2,000 videos which are not edited. So basically the effort is the same, the consistency is the same, because one video that takes a lot to make can take 10 days to make, and the guy who makes 2-3 cuts in the video is like doing 2-3 a day, because each takes 1 hour to edit or 30 minutes to edit. Basically what I want to say is like the consistency is the same, and the level of the high of the famous guys and the people who are successful on social media and successful in business, there is not one person that is successful that will say, not say, but you can check. I did this myself. I went on Twitter from Hormozy, and I scrolled all the way back, and he was posting in like 2013, which is like 13 years ago. But people say, oh no, he was famous like last year he wasn't, now he's famous. No. And the tweets are consistent. Like the thing is that the thing that is hardest is he was posting and not getting likes like up until 5 years ago. So like 5-6 years ago of posting to 20-30 likes, and you have to keep going posting when no one reads, no one comments, no one likes, no one DMs you. That's the hardest thing. Going to the gym when you are fat, eating the right foods when you are fat, when you are 150 kilos and then you eat one day clean and then you wake up next day you are 149.7 kilos. Like it's the same. You look the same in the mirror. But you have to keep going, because in 6 months, maybe even less, like 4, 5, 6 months, you will look different. You need to post videos that are like, this video won't get any views, and I hope that one day they will get views and the newer ones will get views, because it will show that it doesn't have to get views at the start. It doesn't have to get results at the start, but the consistency. Me making this video, me making the video yesterday, not yesterday, today I made the video a moment ago. The thing is that those videos are really like, those actions are something that is really valuable, because I made this video, I made the video before, and the thing is that that will give me a skill which will be seen in the videos later. Like when you're watching Alex Hormozian, or you are watching, okay, I will mention Andrew Tate. He's controversial and you can have your own opinion about that, but the thing about these people are they speak good. They have a presence in front of the camera, and you say, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I wish I did. I wish I was born like him, but the thing is, like, they post videos really, really, really long time. Like, maybe like these two guys are the only ones I can think of, but check the videos of YouTubers. Go to their YouTube channel. Go to the oldest. The videos are fucking shit. There is the guy who makes What Do You Do for a Living? The guy who is like James Fisher or something like that, like a School of Hard Knocks. He's really successful now. He makes millions of dollars per month. I mean, I think it's like around 1 million per month, he said, which is ridiculous. And I was like, oh my God, he's so fucking good at entrepreneurship. Uh, Excuse me. He's so fucking good at interviews. Like, of course he will get rich. Of course he will be successful. Of course he will get subscribers and views. But then I went to his channel and I went to the oldest video. The video is fucking bad. Like, he did ask people, but you can see the nervousness. You can see the questions are not the same. The pressure to keep asking even when they say no is not the same. And that's like that's like something that is seen across everything. Like, maybe some people who have like a talent is different. Like a singer, you have like a Justin Bieber, and you go and see when he was a kid, he was amazing, talented, and of course he became what he became. But I think that's not true for 99% of people. I genuinely believe that even in maybe singing, that people are some people are taught, and there are musicians that are insanely successful in today's age just because they were consistent with producing songs. They know that to use that program because they used it every day. They were consistent with it. So basically what I want to say is consistency is something that is a basis for anything. And sometimes consistency comes from enjoying what you do. Sometimes it comes from pressure from outside. You are training combat sports, and the pressure of the guy who was worse than you becoming better than you is like the same. So that keeps you going. And sometimes the fun keeps you going, that you want to be there because it's fun. Sometimes, I don't know, it's the school, it's the alarm ring, it's the employer. That's like, it doesn't have to be consistent, doesn't have to come from discipline or motivation. But of course the most reliable, I think, is like to be honest, I think most reliable is external structure. Like, you have to go to train at 18, or your friend is waiting for you to train, or your trainer. What I want to say is like, that's the most reliable. But if you build a discipline, like a mindset where even on the day that you don't see yourself going to the training and getting yourself beat up, or sitting at the computer and doing something that feels painfully boring, if you build that discipline, that becomes as reliable as a trainer or something, which is hard. I am not still at that level, I think, but I did definitely, I'm different than before. So yeah,